tell people a little bit about how you got to where you are right now.
Okay, so my name is Amber Laign. Hello. Um, my then partner at the time, now my wife, Robin Roberts, went through a very public health journey, and she had breast cancer. She was diagnosed with breast cancer in 2007. And then her treatments, her life-saving treatments for breast cancer led her to having a bone marrow transplant because of myelodysplastic syndrome. And what that meant is she would need a life-saving bone marrow transplant. So throughout the whole time, so through her breast cancer treatment, we were still very new in our relationship. And it was very I was behind the scenes caregiver. And what does that mean? Like I was stepped into a role that I didn't even know how to do or what to do, but I just innately just did what I know how to do best. And that is take care of the person I love the most without any strings attached, I just did it from the heart. It really came into play when she was going through her bone marrow transplant. And that was really difficult. It was tough. It was 30 days in the hospital. And then it led 6 months after when she was home. And this put me into a position where, I'm a very shy person. I was more shy back then. And I had the role of being the gatekeeper, as we called it, for anybody who entered her hospital room. I had to keep her, her family, her colleagues, friends, everybody in a place of peace. And then all of the internal stuff I took, all the deep, dark times I kept to myself. I didn't let people see her at her worst. I really made sure that her best interest and her comfort was my number one priority. And it made me and it allowed me to step into my power that I really didn't know I had. And keeping her comfortable, getting the family organized that was just my number one goal. And yeah.
And so through that time,
Mm-hmm.
do you feel like you thrived or did you wilt a little under the pressure?
I did a little bit of both. During the bone marrow transplant, that's where my caregiving skills really came into play. And it is very important, if any of you out there are caregivers at the moment, the number one thing I say is take care of yourself.
Yes.
Very much like, when you're on the airplane and they say, put on your oxygen mask before you help others. That is so true. I was not taking care of myself. And because I took on so much and it was new waters to navigate, I kind of cracked. And it was at a point during her treatment where I was in the elevator and I was leaving, and I will never forget this. I was in the elevator with another nurse, and she just looked at me and she's like, "How are you doing?" And I lost it. I just became a puddle. She escorted me out of the elevator onto the floor. She held me. She just made sure everything was going to be okay. And then I realized I have got to take care of myself. It's fine to be there 100%, but you also have to let others help as well. And I wasn't taking care of myself. I wasn't eating properly. I wasn't exercising. I wasn't moving. I wasn't doing anything until I realized, wow, I really have to. So that is one thing as a caregiver, please take care of yourself, whatever that might be.
Did you find a sense of guilt, though? I think I hear that a lot from women is, yes, I know I'm stressed out and I know that I've gained 10 pounds and now I'm getting sick and all of that, but it's not as bad as, for you, not as bad as your now wife, as your partner. It's not as bad as my mom who's going through dementia. So I can't really take care of myself because I have to take care of them.
Yes. I think that's why we don't in the beginning, or I didn't in the beginning, because how can I worry about me when she is, in the hospital, she's getting chemo,